It's another video for the Ford IDM. This video is going to show you how to do the high frequency, high voltage modification on this, which will add anywhere from 20 to, actually it'll do 25 to 35 horsepower depending on your vehicle and you know how old it is, how good your injectors are, things like that. So the first thing you need to do, obviously after opening it, if you watch the other video, you need to find this resistor here, which I'll show you which one. This one right here. It says 6042, which is 60.2 k ohm resistor. We need to remove that. First, these units have this gel-like coating on them to protect from water damage. We need to get that mostly out of the way. Which I usually use these wire brushes like this. They work well. In the areas that you can get to, this Dremel tool works absolutely great. So what I try and do is get in there at very low speed. It doesn't take much at all. Just go in and clean all this soft rubbery coating off. Then finish it off just with the end of this one here. Just brush everything out of the way there. I need to get that chip removed. Easiest way to remove these chips, definitely put some flux in there. Flux will hold the temperature of the soldering iron into the chip, which will make it easier to remove. That's the reason why you want to put paste in there first. Obviously, turn the soldering iron first, that kind of helps too. So give me a second here, let this heat up. Actually, you can use the soldering iron, or it's even quicker, just grab your heat gun. To use a heat gun, there's no need to put paste on it. Just at first I wasn't going to use the soldering iron, so I figured out and then turn it on. Let it heat up, you'll see the solder tin over, and that's when you know it's up to temperature to pull off. Like that. Set that aside then. You can hold on to it if you want, but there's really no reason to unless you ever go back to it. Now if you have an IDM 120, which this is, you want to use a 73.2 k ohm resistor. Now make sure you get the K in there. It's got to be that. It's got to be a 72.3 thousand. So don't try and put the other one in there, because you'll cause extreme damage immediately. So make sure it's a 73.2 k ohm resistor. You want to add a little bit of flux back to it again. And prep this area here. If you want to get some solder, get a decent amount on each pad. I start out with these resistors bending one side. This is the easiest way of getting in there and add a little bit of solder to one end. Reach down in and get the one end soldered down in. Now there's a reason for leaving the long leads on here, I'll tell you in a minute. So push it down, let it heat up, let it cool off before you let go of it. If not, it'll just fall right off on you. Take and grab your resistor and bend it straight over, and then grab the other end. Get your 90-degree bend at this end. Pull a little bit of solder on it. Try and do this, keep my big ass hands out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Reach down, Same thing, heat it up, hold it there for a second. let it cool off. What you want to do then is grab and bend it up straight, just like that. Now what you want to do, I take and put a dab of hot glue and actually glue it right to this capacitor right here. I don't need to show you guys that, just do it if you need to. But don't let it just hang in there, vibration that could possibly cause it. But the reason why I leave these longer legs off of here, the longer they are like that, you actually get, it'll keep the resistor cooler. That's the reason why I leave them longer on there, plus it's easier to solder. So that's the reason why you leave the long leads. But take some hot glue and glue this, put a good dab of it, and glue this right to this capacitor on here. And that'll hold it against there and make sure it won't ever vibration, nothing will break it off. But that's how you do the high voltage, high frequency modification. That's it. That's all that's done. So next video we're going to start rebuilding these units, and I'll show you what fails on them and how to get your parts. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.